Under this very head cover, I have a driver which when put in the right hands could well be the best, longest, most beast of a driver of 2022. What about when you put it in my hands and my friend Chris's hands, both of whom are PJ professionals? Guys, today we have the Callaway Rogue ST Triple Diamond. This is Jon Rahm's driver, pretty much. We've got it in 9 degrees, we've got it in a 75-gram extra stiff shaft. We've tested this inside against our own drivers. Now we're going to play a worse ball with this and see exactly what we can score and what bombs we can hit. Not gonna lie, I've been practicing just for this video because if you don't hit this right, it really doesn't go right. It goes left. So guys, I'm going to kick things off using a Taylormade Stealth that is fitted for me in my specs. This should be a pretty forgiving driver. It should also be a pretty long driver realistically. And we're starting things off on a drivable par 4. Because why not? Right, over that line, into a bit of wind, which is perfect. It should help us hold the green. Now that's a little bit heely. It's on the perfect line to be just left of the green. And I think that's fine. That's what you do get with a slightly more forgiving drive. This is still fairly low spin. It still has the weight kind of forward, as you can see. Hopefully I provide a better swing with the Triple Diamond because as you'll see here, that weight's very, very forward and it's a very, very small driver head. I'd love to be able to hit this. Feels like it's going to go a long way. Look at that. That's a lovely piercing ball flight, exactly the same line. I'm going to be very interested to see where they have gone. Guys, stay tuned because both myself and Chris have been in the simulator checking numbers for this, both on miss hits and the occasional good swing. Chris, how are you?
All right, I've just got my golf balls ready.
Have you been watching much Get Good at Golf?
Been watching a lot of Get Good at Golf. Guys, if you do want to get good at golf, we have got our new channel with all tips, daily tips, how to improve and get better at golf.
Right.
I'm going to start with my driver. So it is a LTD XLS, so it's already a low spinning Cobra driver. I'm going to go Titleist 1 first.
Nice. That could be perfect. Yeah, it is actually. So golden accents and stuff, as you can see. So carbon crown, nice golden accents. This is going to be interesting.
So I'll give you that one, James.
Thank you. I'll
put it down in the mud. For some unknown reason, whenever I test this driver, they're saying inside it feels longer. I don't know why.
Oh, Chris, that's delightful. This is the reason why I brought you on this video, because I thought
thank you very much. Thanks for the invite.
This could be the perfect driver for you if you hit it well.
Yeah, that one felt pretty good. Not sure where I struck it on the face.
You can see we have been testing that club face quite a lot inside.
There's marks everywhere. But felt pretty good, but I think it's because the head looks a little bit smaller down, so that's why the shaft feels longer.
Yeah. Right guys, let's go up there and see where they are. Remember, we are playing worse ball. The scores could get quite high. Stay tuned. So I must admit, the reason why we're doing this video is because I see so many people who go and buy a new driver, even go and get fitted for a driver based on their best golf swing, based on their 1 out of 10 golf swing, as opposed to getting a driver where you're fitting yourself more for every day, more for your miss hits, more for your swing characteristics. So hopefully you'll watch this video and learn a bit of stuff about how we're going to hit it. Yeah, because not everyone swims like Jon Rahm, who uses the Callaway Triple Diamond. Well, fair to say there's 3 pretty consistent golf shots up there in the fairway, Chris.
There is, and then there's one which hopefully is near the green.
Which you'll not be using anyway because it's a worse ball.
Very true. Valid point.
We have Chris's Pro V1 here, which is your shot from the Triple Diamond.
Yeah.
Interestingly, we have my 2 shots there, which I've never hit 2 drives so close together in all my life, even though the Stealth was a little bit heely and the Triple Diamond was one of the best strikes I've hit, which may tell us something about how this video goes. Ooh. And then Chris's shot with the Cobra. I'm sorry, mate, I know we're doing worse ball, but I'll let you have an eagle putt anyway at that, not for the match.
But you know the worst thing is I've never hit this green.
No, not when we actually play. You've actually got to go a lot further right than what you think. I don't think you're any closer, mate, to be fair.
No, it wasn't my finest strike and I'm further away still.
So I can't really split these because I did hit the same ball. They're both Titleist AVXs, so I'll play, this one's the furthest away, so I'll play that one. Not gonna lie, I thought that was a lot closer when I'd hit it. Good 4. Very good.
Just didn't want... Oh! Robbery.
Par. 2 very different pars. Right, 2 pars so far with the worst ball off the tee. I'm going to go Rogue Triple Diamond first now, and this hole is measuring 320 into a bit of wind, so 2 good drives. We shouldn't have that long in. I'm going to tee it up really high. The thing to do here when you are using a really low spin driver, get that ball forward, try and get it on the up and get it launching high. You can launch this ball high with low spin, then generally you're winning, as long as it goes straight. It's a good strike again, it's just cutting off to the right. It's going to be fine. But hitting the fairway with this thing isn't that easy. Let's see if we can get one down there. Hopefully that'll be the worst ball. Just down to the right, nice angle in. And that's exactly the same. These could be 2 shots just like the last tee. Identical shots.
Right, I am going to lead off the same as James with the Rogue. Again, it wants to make me aim a little bit left because it's so low spinning. Even if I get forwards, I'm already trying to adjust. I don't feel like I can just aim down the middle.
Identical to mine.
Yeah, again, leaking to the right. Don't feel like I can do anything else other than leak it a little bit right. And I feel like I'd have to be on it, not slightly off, for all the drives to be able to be consistent.
I'd be amazed to see how many scratch golfers or 4 handicap golfers, you know, your league team golfer, would be using one of those and maybe shouldn't be. Because to be honest, the standard LS is a great club as well.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people will go to that because they'll go, oh yeah, I get a lot of spin, so they might not get fitted for it. They'll just go, I'll buy that head, and I think they'll be very surprised.
I would be amazed if this was in stock in any pro shops up and down the country, because for me it just doesn't really need to be.
No.
I think we could throw a blanket over all 4 of those.
But again, much lower flight, felt like I could go at that. I don't feel like I'm guiding it, although it still went right. So guys, out of interest, get in the comments below and let me know, what driver are you using? Is it fitted for you? Is it an extra stiff shaft, a regular shaft? And what loft do you have it as well? Because I often find that people get just the wrong shaft on the wrong loft, and then even if you buy a £500 driver, it's pretty much redundant. Right, I have my Taylormade Stealth up in the fairway. The Triple Diamond is a little bit further, but it's in the rough. I'm going to call that my worst ball because as we're going across, that's probably the hardest shot. Chris, your driver's here. Yep, Cobra there.
A little bit muddy, but that's here. And then again, so your Triple Diamond, are you calling that the worst one? A bit more offline?
Yeah, again in the rough, more offline. But again, distance-wise, they're both low spinning drivers. There's 3 yards in it.
Yeah.
There's 3 yards further, but
more the Pilot than the.
Yeah, but there's a little bit more wayward, which
you
is
just like putting me in amongst these nettles here, don't you?
Amongst the nettles. I thought they'd be dead this time of year.
That's a great golf shot.
Go a bit.
Oh!
Another yard.
Yeah, and that was chasing up, wasn't it? Just a lie probably that did you more than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, the worst ball is in play. It's not ideal, it is in the rough. We're chipping more across the green now. Probably a good 280 yard shot this, which for a carrying winter I'm going to take all day.
Nice. Good.
Yeah. I've got this for birdie.
Go.
What have you got to do?
Referee.
Another par. That was in the jaws. This is where Chris holds this and we finish, stay level. Oh, you know, I would have wrote you hole in that, but guys, we're going to have one more hole at this. We're going to see if we can unleash this Triple Diamond driver. Then we're going to look at the numbers and see just what the differences are. If you get it out the middle and the wind's blowing the right way and the moons are aligned, you're going to want to see what happens. So Chris, level in the scores somehow. I feel like I've played the better second shots. I feel like neither of us have played that good at drives. I know you're trying to take a picture of this for a thumbnail you're going to make on your channel.
Correct.
Even the woolly hat's come off.
I know, woolly hat is off, but it's going back on because I've got a bit chilly sitting there.
I really wonder who this is really made for, because these used to be a top secret driver for the Tour Pros, didn't they, the Triple Diamond, and now...
Yeah, I had one of the old ones actually, a Maverick one.
And how did you get on with it?
Well,
terribly.
It's collecting dust, and it has been for the last 2 years, so not very well. Although Richard Jones is going to try it, he's got no speed whatsoever.
And he's got no hope with it whatsoever.
Got no hope. So Richard, if you're watching, which you will be, you've got no hope.
Guys, comment below if you want to see a video with Chris's top secret Tour driver that usual golfers didn't even get the chance to try. At least now Callaway are giving us the chance to try them.
Yep.
It does look good. It does look good.
It does look good, but I don't think it's going in the bag. Right.
Oh, I don't know after that one.
I was just about to say I'm going to try and draw this one because I didn't think it was possible, but I can do anything.
That's massive. That is up there. So interestingly, in this video, I've been using a little low spin ball as well. I've had the Titleist AVX, trying to really match things up.
That's what a lot of people do, try and match up. They think they have too much spin, so they go low spin driver, low spinning ball, and it all goes.
I mean, in fairness, they're two of the best drives we've hit all year. So it's funny when you do a video and you're thinking, you know what, this isn't quite working, then you both step up and hit a drive like that. Guys, let's jump in the simulator room, let's see what the numbers say for this Triple Diamond as opposed to our everyday drivers. So we kick things off in the studio at Woolley Park Golf Club using Chris's driver, and Chris has actually been struggling all year with driver. You can see he's got kind of a long swing, he does get a lot of club head speed, and I think if we got the right driver in his hands, could be rather dangerous. I was hoping this could be the one. Some of the drivers he was hitting, as you can see here, were massive and pretty straight, but this one wasn't that good. Looking at the numbers, you can see very similar ball speeds, very similar spin rate. The Triple Diamond actually spun more, which it's not supposed to do, and that robbed it of a couple of yards distance, so 268 carry as opposed to 275. Then I started and I went the Taylormade Stealth, which is fitted in my specs, and obviously the Triple Diamond. Now, I've been driving the ball okay this year, but I still think, look at that Rogue, it's so good looking, isn't it? I still think if there's a driver out there where if you hit it properly every time, this is the one that could be an absolute beast. I got a couple of good drives out there, mainly this one that you can see here. This one actually carried like 280 odd and pitched all the way up over 305 yards. And after a load of shots, you'll see I actually got more ball speed with the Triple Diamond. However, I got a little bit more spin, but very similar numbers. I carried a little bit longer at 278 as opposed to 274, but is that worth that horrible left shot when I get it wrong? I mean, looking at this shot back on the course, 30 yards.
Exactly, it's not a driver for me.
And interestingly, in the studio, it did work a little bit better for me when I hit it correctly. When I didn't hit it correctly, it wasn't that good. But that, I'm really happy with that. Did we say extra bonus point for the longest drive? I think we did, didn't we?
No, you said we're not doing that anymore.
You see, guys, this is what happens when you try a driver like this and you hit one good shot and you're like, you know what, I'm going to put it in the bag because I'm going to recreate this golf swing.
And it all goes.
I mean, in fairness, they're two of the best drives we've hit all year. Every time I play. And then 9 times out of 10 that doesn't happen, does it, Chris?
No.
That's a delightful strike with those blades. Oof, that was a long walk, Chris, up here. Up onto the flat bit up here, you see, so you can see it a bit better.
That's short all day.
Well, the putter's not been on fire today, but this is the distance that sometimes you don't expect, so you do make.
Yeah, real movement, good line. Again, not the pace.
God, you know what, it's a good putt, isn't it? It's a good putt and it's a couple of good pars. So Chris, you've got this to win somehow. He has as well. How annoying is that?
Effortless roll. It doesn't matter where you hit it on the fairway, James. It's about how close and how many you get it in the hole in. Thank you very much.